clouds look super weird this morning. Alexa, was it gonna rain today?
No rain is expected.
Then outside you go. And a proper good morning to you. It's actually still morning for a little while longer. It's 11 a.m., so got a little bit of time. But I'm showered, I'm dressed, I'm ready to go. The two videos this morning went live, the vlog and the video about the projector. And I was wrong because my little clock is apparently still wrong. It's actually not 11 a.m., it's almost noon. But it is still technically morning. You may not even be able to hear me, but it's a very windy day out here. Unfortunately, because I was actually thinking about coming out and flying quadcopters, but it's a little bit windy for that right now. Other than the wind though, it is absolutely beautiful out here. 60 something degrees Fahrenheit, I don't know, 20 degrees Celsius, something like that. And just the biggest downside I can see for today is that I do have to take Duncan to soccer practice tonight. And it's really not that big of a deal to take him to soccer, I don't wanna. Now unfortunately, the feedback on the projector so far has not been extremely good. The grand majority of the feedback has been, wow, it's $500. You can get something similar or identical almost for like $220, I think, at Brookstone. And then there's a Chinese company called Doogie that is releasing one. They just unveiled it at Mobile World Congress for $100. Now, neither of those have the stylus option, the ability to use the little IR pointer on the screen, but a lot of people aren't going to be able to use that anyway, or aren't going to want to use that because it appears to only work in the Android side of things. So yeah, $500 for this. I'm glad that I didn't pay it. For right now though, I'm just doing a little bit of a battery test. I wanted to see exactly how long this would last. I had it charged up fully this morning and I've been letting it run, doing this, that, and the other. Tested it out with some stuff and we're down to 26% battery remaining at 1 hour 25 minutes. I did actually have it on HDMI for a little bit of that, so 125 is actually more like 130. Still, it's looking like it's not gonna hit the 2 hour mark that they said it would, but it's, you know, better than nothing. And I've kind of started putting together my little stack of things to be reviewed or looked at. Some of these, or a lot of these actually, are just things that I've bought, like the Amazon Dash button. This has not come to fruition yet. It hasn't even been opened yet. The Gear VR came with my Galaxy S7. Again, just hasn't been opened and brought to fruition. Paid for it out of pocket though, as a part of the Galaxy S7, so not a massive rush. The Yizan drone I cannot do a review of because it's dead. And basically the company said, well, can you do something else with it? Can you just tear it apart and see what makes it tick? So may do that. Then I've got the little Aspen mic I told you guys about yesterday, and this hexcopter that's been sitting here for a while, as well as Yoda, still sitting there, Yoda. And for some reason I completely forgot about these filter kits for the Phantom 3 and the Osmo. They've just been sitting here on the desk. They kind of got shoved in here in this little corner, and yeah, so need to do those as well. I did also finish running the battery down on this. It lasted a total of about 2 hours and 25 minutes before it completely died at 2% battery left. And I left it charging for like an hour or two, and I found out it wasn't actually charging because when it died completely, it doesn't charge back. You have to actually get it turned on, then plug it in, then power it off before it will charge, meaning this little red light has to be on. That's a little bit of a bug, but at least it is charging at this point. And I let it charge for like a half an hour and it got up to 30%, so I'm just gonna keep an eye on it. I'm guessing at about an hour and a half it's going to be back to 100%. I just want to do some battery tests. Right now, the 2 hour, 25 minute battery life was at full brightness, doing very, very little. Next, I'd like to try it doing either full brightness at Netflix all the time or no brightness, like most of the way down Netflix the whole time, just to sort of stress it to see how little the time can go. I guess that would be full brightness, probably best there. Just not entirely sure when I'm gonna do that, or anything else for that matter. Because it's now already 3 o'clock, Duncan has made it home. Yeah, there goes the rest of the day. And we're all home. I purposely just left everything else out because it's been blech. But Duncan had soccer, and Ellis had a bath, and I drove around a lot and sat in the cold, and that's okay. And now we're all here. Okay, it's a little while later, and Duncan's in bed. Christina and Ellis are hanging out in there watching some TV, and we did some modifications to Ellis's car seats. He's getting bigger, so we have to move the straps up so that he can be more comfortable in there and properly secure without pressing down too hard on his shoulders. Anyway, the reason I turned the camera back on, I haven't filmed much today. And the reason I haven't done that is I've been in just sort of a weird place. And you notice I just sat back down here at my desk. Actually, this part of my brain is thinking, let's sit down for the rest of the evening. Christina's going to bring him in here in a little while. I'm going to sit here with Ellis for the rest of the evening, and I'm going to stagnate. That's where I'm going to be. In fact, I've actually got Captain Sparkle's video pulled up. I was gonna sit here for another 10 minutes watching him play Minecraft. Then I was probably gonna go back over to my feeds and, oh look, I've got another 2 videos there waiting for me to watch. I gotta stop. I've got to do something. I've got like 7,200 steps today, so that's definitely a plus. It's in the right direction at least. 7,500, yeah. But I need to break 10,000. I've got to get over that hump. I've got to start doing that every day. And it's such a beautiful day. It's actually really dark outside now. I'm gonna go run. I'm going to do it. Let's do this. Done. Should I pull a Casey Neistat and say that I ran like 27 miles at a 2-mile pace? 2-minute mile pace? I don't know. No, it was not good. Let's put it that way. It's been a long time since I've done any running at all. You guys who have been watching the vlog for a while know that. So yeah, I did a grand total of 2 miles, just over 2 miles. And that was a lot of running and walking. So it was like 12:40 pace or something like that. Right at about 25 minutes. Not good. But I did figure out that the Basis Peak smartwatch that I'm wearing can pair up with Runtastic Pro. That's very nice. I apparently bought Runtastic Pro at some point. Probably one of those Google 10-cent app sale kind of things. The Q9A Soundpeats headphones that I've got here in my hand do a very respectable job, although they have a bit of trouble staying in my ears. And my nose was running the entire time. It still is. Of course, by the end of it, I had actually 3 apps running against me. So I had the Couch to 5K app. That's just the one I normally use with Google Play Music playing in the background, playing my running playlist. Then I started up the Runtastic Pro app and was messing around with that. Then I started messing around with the Samsung S Health app. And that's probably a third of the reason why I didn't do a hugely good job out there. The rest of it, actually, it's probably like a 10% of the reason. The 90% of it is just that I'm completely out of shape, feeling rough. Gotta go take a shower.
Just in the best mood ever. It's just awesome.
Yeah, it's in a good mood. You got a little nap. Oh, there goes the hand in the mouth.
Don't chew on that. That's the one thing we can't take away. We can take away a pacifier. We can't take your hand. Well, we could, but that's illegal.
Yeah, I need those, Dad.
Need those for punching the bad guys. Yeah. And grabbing feet. You can grab your feet.
It'll be
I can't
funny
reach
when
them.
he eventually figures out how to put his foot in his mouth. I remember when Duncan did that for the first time. He was like,
With the way he's growing, he may not be able to do it.
"You're gonna be too chubby."
You have the belly. Belly, belly, belly.
I don't know. Duncan was pretty chubby, and he still was able to put his foot in his mouth.
Oh, that hand. Just glom, glom, glom.
Showered, clean, feeling better, although really, really tired. And it's 10:30 p.m. and a boy has been handed to me. So we're gonna sit here. Fun times. And midnight is rapidly approaching. He's had his bottle and he's getting ready to just zonk out for the night, hopefully. So I'm gonna get him to bed here shortly. I'm gonna finish editing up the vlog, and actually I took some time. I installed the Shuttle Pro software on the MacBook, so I might be able to try out using the Shuttle Pro on it sometime tomorrow. It does work with iMovie. I'm gonna have to customize it to the way that I edit, but not a big deal. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap things up. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Keep me motivated in the comments, please. I've got to start running at least 3 days a week. I've got to, or I'm gonna get super fat and die. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.